Hi, I'm Steve Schimoler, chef owner of Crop Bistro here in Cleveland, and I'm cooking at my house today. And you know, during the fall, I really love to work with the ingredients that are in such abundance in Northeast Ohio. And one of those is squash, in particular butternut squash. I love butternut squash. So one of my signatures that we do at the restaurant, and I love doing at the house because it is simple, is butternut squash soup. So what I'm going to do is start off with some butter. 2 tablespoons of butter, get that melting. And then right in is going to be some chopped onions. This is 2 cups, about 1 big onion. 2 cups of celery diced. And 2 quarts of butternut squash. It's usually about 1 whole squash will give you about 2 quarts. Get that right in. And we're just going to saute this for a little bit, because it's going to be cooking for about 30 to 45 minutes when we start simmering it. Secret weapon on this one is apples. Think of fall, think of apples. That crisp air. I love I love apples when they come into season because there's so many things you can do with it. Adding it to the soup not only adds a great little sweetness to contrast and highlight the squash, but it also gives a little bit of a texture, and when we puree it later, it'll be super creamy. So we saute the squash mixture here, just enough to get it sweated, as they say. Get a little heat on it. Just start to tenderize it. And then water. Now water is the key ingredient, obviously, in soup, and our sauces and stocks. And at the restaurant, we use reverse osmosis water, and we installed a Kinetico K5 reverse osmosis in the house, and what a difference. You know, I'm from Cleveland, but I've traveled the world. I've worked in kitchens all over the country and across the world, and water is different everywhere. And many waters can not be so great, and if they're not, the minute you start cooking and reducing, you're concentrating those off flavors. It may be chlorine or minerality. You don't want that in your food. You want, when you're reducing and simmering, you want to be extracting all the flavors that you're spending great money on. Pride yourself on ingredients, well, pride yourself on the water. This is 2 quarts of the RO water. Get that all in, and then some salt and pepper. And again, I always suggest don't over salt or pepper because you can always adjust when you're done, but the salt will help kind of pull flavors out while it's cooking. A little bit of pepper, and that's all we're doing. So I'm going to get this to a full boil, and then I'm going to reduce it and simmer it for about 30 to 45 minutes. We'll be back in a little bit. And we'll show you how to puree this and finish up the soup. All right, so we're back. I've finished cooking the soup. It's been about 45 minutes actually, and I'm ready to turn it into soup officially right now. So let this cool off a little bit before you do this. It's always a little safer to work with liquids that aren't totally boiling. So let it cool down a little. What I like to do is separate the liquid and your solids, and then real simply just get them right into the blender. And might have a little head space there, so you can do this in 2 batches. Then add your liquid. A little cleaner if you can, but nothing that we can't clean up. All right, so start off kind of on a slow speed. It's going to puree pretty quickly because it all is so tender. But we want this to be really ultra smooth and creamy. Now there's no dairy in this soup either, because really the fibriness of the squash, once it's cooked down and pureed, it really is its own kind of Mother Nature's creaminess. And I love that about this soup, that it's so healthy. And the color is so great. So I can't wait to try this, actually. So I like to garnish just a tiny little bit of nutmeg on top. And let's see what we've got here. That's the taste of fall. It couldn't be more simple. And the butternut squash, you want that to be the flavor to come through. And as we made this, talking about the water, that really is so key in letting those subtle flavors like butternut squash come through, and you're not competing with anything else. So bon appetit for the fall, butternut squash soup. Make a bunch of it, put it in your freezer, and you're good to go. Enjoy.